Hey, welcome again to NCIS and Wine. I'm here again with Jeff the Jet
Девчонка.
Divchunka. I could say it. I need to just learn how to roll my tongue a little bit. Once again, we're here, and how does this little podcast goes? We talk about every episode of NCIS while we drink wine. Now, the Chanka, yes, is a lover and a dedicated fan of NCIS. So, I'm not a lover and dedicated fan. In fact, I am a super hater of NCIS because I know how the government works. And that's not how the government works. Anyway, the wine today is layer cake. I don't California, and it's a good year, 2018. Any year it's a good year if it's not 2020. And from the name layer cake, you could tell
It's
this.
sweet.
Yes, it's yes, it's so expensive that a hobo could afford it. Now, you want to start us off with season 1, episode 2 of let's hit our glasses together to let them know we're gonna start drinking because this is the only way.
Oh, stop it. You love it. You are
Yes.
hidden.
Yes, I love wine.
You are
And
hidden.
any excuse to drink wine. So let's go. First gulp. Here we go. Mm. And we're also having wine because we bougie like that with cheese. And I like the pepper jack. This is not pepper jack, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Yellow. This cheese is called yellow cheese. Okay. Mm. Is this cheese as delicious
As wine.
as the episode of NCIs? So, lay it out for me. What's the name of this episode?
Hanging out to dry.
Hung out to dry. Sound like it's gonna be a wet episode.
No, it's not.
But that sounds like someone went to the launder and met Mr. Chen.
No,
Instead,
it sounds like somebody is hanging out to dry. Like hanging.
Like from the neck,
Uh, waist part.
from the waist. Oh,
Yes. So it starts.
Okay. And this is the second episode of NCIS.
Yes, it was aired September 30th, 2003.
Oh, oh yes, yeah. And if you guys didn't know, it was directed by a guy named Alan J. Levy. And you know what happened to Alan? I heard that he jumped off of a cliff after you watched after you watched the episode he directed. Anyway, let's go.
You know what happened to him? He's still counting his money. Because NCIS is still going.
I heard the only person who got paid, the only person who got paid on that show is the lead. What's his name again?
Gibbs.
Gibbs. No, what's his? Mark Harmon.
500,000 for one episode.
I thought he was more than that. I thought he went up.
No, 500,000.
That is
And people was
crazy.
complaining because like Tony and Maggie was getting, I don't know how much they're getting now, but they was getting 125.
But he is the superstar, so he's the guy that brings the audience. He's the guy that brings the 70-year-olds and the octogenarians. Okay, you think what's his name? What's your guy name? The other two hunks.
Then was and Maggie.
These two hunks that are also in this TV show. They're not bringing in the
You know,
audience.
it's 18 seasons. Trust me, I watched something yesterday. It's not gonna make it to 3 episodes.
Oh my God! Can we say what that something is? I believe it's starred by Queen Latifah. So she is the female version, right? She's the female version of a character that Denzel Washington portrayed on the cinematic Equalizer. This is going to be the TV show Equalizer. So look out, world. If you need something to be equaled, Queen Latifah got you. She gonna equalize it. And you say we gotta put this out early because we need this to get out there. You say this is not gonna have 3 episodes. Not even 3 seasons. They're like they won't even make it. They won't even make it.
Well, you saying NCIS is not even close to the truth. This Equalizer,
Yeah.
the truth is in California, and Equalizer is somewhere in Russia. That's how far.
Hold on, I thought the first one was done in Russia.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
that how far the truth is from what they're showing. Like the one person by herself could stop the transporting police car with the inmates and free inmate and all of it by herself with no guns.
What does she use? Her
Charming personality.
Oh, oh, I believe that. You know what? If everybody else used manners, you could destroy a drug cartel or stop a a prostitution ring or human trafficking. You just need to trust in your wits and your charm and your femininity, right?
We're talking about Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah is the most feminine woman I know. Anyway, we are getting off course.
Okay, yes.
We're
So,
gonna get back.
NCIS. It's starting. 2 lovebirds. Barely. Well, no, teenagers. Making out in the car. And the guy pushing her to have sex, but she says no. And they have a squirrel. And in the meat of the squirrel, the guy entering through the roof of the car because his parachute did not open.
Oh, so there's a guy that fell out of the sky while this rapist is trying to take this woman's virginity, because this woman did not come to this secluded area to have sex. No.
No, she
No.
just wanted to see her boyfriend who is not living close by.
Yeah, she just wanted to see her boyfriend and talk, because that's what a guy does when he haven't seen her forever. He wants to just talk.
Yes.
And then, pushing and the shoving, and then he's in jail for rape. Okay, so some guy fell out on a parachute right inside from the sunroof, right? He entered the sunroof, feet in. Did his feet hit the rapist?
No,
Oh, no one got hurt?
no.
Okay, all right, that's perfect. Let me see. The projection of where they are, so that means they're kissing. So that means their body would be over where the handbrake is. So that means they would be in the middle. So if the person parachuted and fell, they should be dead.
She come out of the car.
Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. Continue.
So
And just to let you know, layer cake is fantastic. The hobos are correct. It's the wine for everyone.
yeah, it goes with everything.
It goes with everything, and the cheese. You know, whoever invented wine and cheese, those bougie mother effers. Thank you. Thank you. It's fantastic.
So anyway,
Continue.
the youngsters, but I don't want to say teenagers because it's not really saying how old they are, but the young, calling police, and when police came, they see that it's a Marine. They call Ncis.
Hold on. These cops, when they came on the scene, they went directly for NCIS, right? These cops knew exactly which city was this? Okay, so that city.
Well, they are all in Washington D.C. because
Oh,
then,
my fault. It's the capital. So these guys were like, you know what? I can tell this is a Marine. This is
Of
definitely.
course, they can tell it's a Marine. He was dressed.
Yes, I know, in his uniform.
Mhm.
And these cops, these well-trained cops, just knew that NCIS has to be called right now because they're the one that dealt. Okay. Let's continue. I love it.
Well, when Gibbs show up for the show, for the to the accident, he asking the girl what was happening and what's going on, and her father is a captain. He's Marine too.
Okay.
So he said to her boyfriend, "Oh no, you're not leaving," because he wants to leave,
Right.
and he doesn't even offer his jacket, and the girl is freezing, standing. So
Hold on, we're still on the couple?
yes, because he's interrogating them. So
Why are we
Gibbs-
still on this couple, though?
Gibbs saying to the girl, "Are you cold?" And she's like, "Yes." And he takes the jacket from the stupid boyfriend, giving it to her.
You think Gibbs was kind of like trying to say,
No.
hey, look, hey.
He was taking care of her like his
want a
daughter.
daddy?
No. No.
Gibbs was like, hey, I'm better than this guy. You need an older guy.
Gibbs into redhead, and she wasn't.
Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. Gibbs only like gingers.
Yes.
And you know what they say about gingers? Gingers will steal your soul if you're not looking. And if Gibbs is into gingers, Gibbs have no soul. But continue. I love this one. This one is very entertaining.
So anyway,
Right.
he's telling.
That's how we do.
Sorry. Jesus. So, after the questioning, they go into the part where they was descended from.
That sound that you heard, guys. That's anytime Gibbs unzipped his pants to urinate. That's what plays. On Johnny Hooda.
So they go in where they descended from the to the part where the Marines are and where the exercise is held.
So I'm guessing this is some kind of airport type, compound type marine with airplanes.
The base.
Base. Got it.
So, and I think it's like 6 or 8 people, and they have to question all of them. And the guy says, "Who you are to question us?" And the Gibbs says, "I am, and say yes," and blah blah blah. And he's like, "We don't have to talk to you. It was an accident." And
They sound like they're kind of standoffish. Like they
Yes,
don't want to.
and he's like, well, I
Like
could
they're
call
hiding
you.
something.
I have on speed dial your captain, so you better do what I say.
Who that? Gibbs said that.
Yeah, and Catherine Todd, the one from, if you remember the first episode, the one from Secret Service.
You know what I did after we talked about the first episode?
Went to sleep.
No, I took a razor blade and I tried to cut out every memory of NCIS out of my brain cells. But anyway, let's continue. You want to rehash who is Catherine?
People who are watching this, they know.
Catherine Todd. Okay.
Telling him, you don't have his phone on speed dial. And he's like, no, but they don't know that.
That tricky mother father.
So they grab all the gear and bring it to Abby.
That sexy emo chick that she solves everything
In less than an hour.
in less than an hour. Dang it.
She has so
If
much
only the government worked like
equipment.
that.
She has so much equipment in her small lab.
Word.
Anyway,
Excuse me. I just want to tell you something.
Ducky.
I just want to tell you something. The
Ducky.
cheese is fantastic.
Ducky says that the guy who died, I forgot his name, and I'm sorry about that, is obviously died on impact. But he could have moved a little bit because the pair, I forgot to say, the pair said that they heard him moan. When he went through the thing, he was like, ah. So,
Hold on. They heard him moan when he hit the thing. He went,
and that I died.
Oh, okay. I thought you would have hit it and go, because the sounded like he was knocked out while coming down.
No.
He was alive while coming down. And his sound that he made when he hit the thing was, Wow. That dude knows how to handle. Marines, man, they're strong.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
So anyway, you will know how strong he is, because Donkey said that he had a collarbone broken,
Yes.
and he was on Percocet, and he still went to the jump.
If you guys hear a vibration, that is when Gibbs is using. When he unzips, that's what he's using. Is you know
Oh my
what?
God.
You know what I mean? Wait, it's bone. It's nothing but bone.
That's what it's a metal. I was about to ask. Do you have plates?
No. It's adamantium. We won't tell you what we're talking about. This is NCS and wine. Mostly wine.
Well, you have no input. You didn't know anything about this episode so far.
First of all, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, but you should get ready.
I am trying to enjoy listening and also put in my input on the activities and what is going on in the show, so that I could, figure out why I hate this show so much.
You love it. You just don't know that.
You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe in another dimension, another world, I am so in love with NCIS. And you know what happened? I believe that there's another me that was able to break the barriers of the dimensions and came into the world where I love NCIS and slit my throat. Yes. And That guy's
Okay.
dead now.
Okay,
So,
you are off
let's
the
go.
subject.
Right, let's go.
So, they're doing an investigation. Abby is doing the, um, you know, all the tests she could do. And, Gibbs going to his wife, and then they have a kid. And the kid is crying. And he has a halfway tree house built. The father didn't finish. The Marine who died didn't finish yet.
That is so sad.
And the boy they're not speaking, but keeps trying to like, do you have a password for the tree house and blah blah blah. And he says to him, no, I don't. And the Gibbs said, well, you always have to have a password for the tree house. And he's asking about his father, and he says, my dad always said that Marines have to look sharp and Marines cannot cry. And Gibbs said, well, when it's important, Marines could cry.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs says when it's important?
Yeah, like when
Marines?
it's...
No, you don't cry. A real man, you take that, you put it down in your stomach, and you keep it down there. And if it tries to come up, you force it back down. Because we don't
We're talking
show-
about 9-year-old boy.
You tell that 9-year-old boy, you better not cry, you little bitch. You don't be a little punk, yeah? Yeah, your daddy is dead, but you know what? You're the man now. You take care of mommy now. You go out there, you get a job, you 9-year-old boy. I am very sorry. That is very sad. That is very sad. I feel for her. He's gonna go to jail.
Anyway, they're going to the funeral. Which I could not understand how come the body was released so fast. Because they still doing an investigation, but they was going to a funeral. But besides the small,
You know what?
besides the
You know
small
what? You know what?
mishap,
You know
besides the
what?
small
You
mishap,
know what? I was gonna say something.
no, it's a small mishap.
And then
Nope.
the plot hole
Nope.
that you
Nope.
have,
Nope.
you
Nope.
have-
Nope.
you have
Nope.
opened up.
Nope.
Okay.
No potholes.
All right.
It's a small mishap.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, they already know why he died, so why does it keep the body?
Right. Of course, we know he died from
The fall.
The fall. What they need to do is figure out why did he fall.
Well, I know you don't want detail.
No. We going into this episode. We have to let. Excuse me.
Ew.
Yeah, it's. I'm sorry, bougie people. I had my pinky out when I belched, so it's fine. I had my pinky out. It's okay. That's how you do it. Like if you fart, if you have your pinky out, it's fine. People
No,
will
it's
look at-
not.
Yes, people will look at you, and even if you're in an elevator. And,
Oh, God.
And it stinks to all hell.
Whatever you're doing, do report. We just learned that you've received a voicemail. This report is verified by
You
our
have
sources.
the weirdest phone. Your phone is so weird. Anyway, pinky out, people. Pinky out when you do stuff. Pinky out. I just want to say thank God for layer cake, because you know what? I believe I would have been a fan of.
If you would be drinking and watching.
No. If I was an alcoholic, I would have been. I would have been a fan of NCIS. I'd watch it and be like, no matter the plot holes, why is this body released and the case is still going on? Hey,
It happened.
the casket had nobody. they just buried the flag. Anyway, no, you get to keep the flag, right?
Yes, it goes to the
Yes,
wife.
praise Jesus and praise America. Yes. Let's continue. Funeral. We're at the funeral.
So
Let me ask you this.
the wife,
Can I ask you a question first?
no, the wife
no,
says
no. I
to
wanna
the
ask
Gibbs,
you a
we gotta
question.
go,
No.
and I can't answer your questions.
What you mean? We got time.
No, I'm saying the wife says
No.
to the Gibbs, we gotta go.
Wait.
We
Was
can't
there a
answer your
part?
question.
Was there a part? Was there a part where they gave the flag?
They didn't show that.
They didn't show the giving of the flag and the 9-year-old boy that can't act crying. Okay, continue.
So Gibbs said, it's okay. You could go. I'm not here to bother you. I'm here to pay my respect. Because, you know, Gibbs was a Marine before.
Really?
100%.
Oh my God.
So anyway,
Right.
they have couple of suspects because he had one person who he reprimanded because he wasn't a good person. He not good, but like you know, army. Everything has to be folded right. Everything has to be, and he's sloppy. So he reprimanded him and put him away from the duty of preparing parachutes. And they found his fingerprints and stuff, so they thought that he was the one who did something.
Right.
And then they interrogated him, and he's like, yes, he reprimanded me, but I didn't hate him. He was what do you call that people? Fair. He was fair. I did something wrong, and he was fair to do what he did. And I couldn't touch the parachutes because I was prohibited to. But Gibbs was like, but you have a key anyway.
So they're thinking someone messed with the parachute.
They're thinking that because the parachute, I forgot to tell you, the strings was eaten by acid. That's why it breaks so fast.
Who figured this out? Let me guess. The great and astounding
Abby.
Abby. Abby figured this out, guys. She's got this. This girl. What do you think she went to college for?
Forensics.
Forensic just covers everything. Physics, chemistry,
Every-
psychology, magic.
She definitely have a magic. So she figured out that, and they was all thinking that the parachute did not open, the second one, because he was on Percocet.
Why was this guy on Percocet?
Are you serious? How much you drank before? I just told you that Ducky said that he had a broken collarbone.
Also, because of the broken collarbone, that's
He
why
was
he
taking
on Percocet.
opioids, yes.
I would tell you guys, go to your medicinal ganja owner. It's a lot better than Percocets, and you know it heals you of everything else.
And they know that the collarbone was done before because it's already started healing. So it wasn't part of the descent.
You want to say this Marine might have been addicted to Percocets?
No. They thought it for a second, but they figured out it wasn't because they did the hair testing and he didn't have narcotics in there.
Did I tell you the cheese is delicious? Cheese is delicious, guys. I wish you guys could experience the cheese. She's still trying to hit me on my knee, which is mostly bone. Mostly bone. God made me look like a candied apple.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Right. Continue. This is NCS and Wine, guys. You know when we go off script, which there is none whatsoever, unscripted. Yeah. we're a little bit there. You should be on the same path as me. This is how it goes, right?
Well, at least I have to continue talking about Ncis
Well,
because somebody
this is how
don't
we do
even
it.
know what
This is how
we're
we do
talking
it.
about.
This is how we do it. We the more you drink, the more we hear other stories becomes more and more convoluted and crazy.
Anyway,
I said this in episode
Anyway.
1. I said, I didn't know so many Marines dying. Not in the war.
anyway,
Ching ching. Yeah.
they
Ching ching. That's right. We are doing this with the real wine glasses. We're bougie. We're fancy. That's right.
they was thinking he was using drugs. He was groggy. That's why he didn't open the second parachute, because the second parachute, the reserve parachute, was clean and everything. But then the light bulb come out in Gibbs' head.
Oh, like Looney Tunes, it just popped up. Looney Tunes, it just popped up over his head. Light bulb. I know what.
That if he went through the trees and the car, his parachute wouldn't be, clean. It would be dirty. And then they started looking for a dirty parachute, the reserve parachute, and it was in a different person, backpack. And when they look at it, they figured it out. It was not his fault. He was not sluggish or on like too much Percocets. It was.
So you're saying he wasn't like he took a bunch of his Percocets before he jumped out
It
of the
was
plane.
just that his reserve parachute, the thing which you supposed to, was not there at all. So it was
when he
completely. It was, you can't pull because it was melted.
Oh, so you're saying when he pulled his first one didn't work.
It break because somebody put the acid.
And then when he went for
Tried to second one, it couldn't because the thing which you're supposed to pull was melted.
So this was sabotagery, which is not a real word. And we find out that someone messed with this guy's.
And they were thinking it's that guy who he reprimanded. But then they
So-
found traces of cocaine
Oh, hold on.
on
This guy
the...
loves. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, listen. What has happened is, I realized that when I purchased layer cake, and we are not sponsored by anyone, but we do like your products. When I got layer cake, I realized that the bottle was very, very tiny. It was a very tiny bottle. For it to be so expensive, right? Right? Oboe prices, guys. Oboe prices, so you know how expensive layer cake is. But when I got, this is a story, yes,
Divchonka.
Duvchonka. I will get it. When I got to the register, right, to purchase layer cake. Yeah. I looked over and I saw Crane Lake. Cake. Lake. It's like baby Jesus just pointed out that these wines should rhyme. I saw Crane Lake, and the price tag that was on Crane Lake was lesser than the one on layer cake. But it's not even oboe prices. It's I just came out of jail. And I ain't got 2 cents in my pocket, but you know what I could afford? Layer cake. And we're about to open it up. And while I open it up, we are at the part where we realize that the parachute, this is somewhat of a podcast and also a ASMR for all you ASMR lovers who are into sounds. We are about to... Woo! I don't even want to tell you what the bottle looks like. But what I want to tell you is...
It looks the same. I'm gonna try it, but it looks like you pour in the same wine.
We're doing Cabernets. Oh, chin chin!
It smells the same.
Oh, it's wine. Here we go.
Is it taste the same?
Better. I think Crane Lake might kill layer cake.
Yeah.
Everybody's a critic. Okay, so parachute is sabotaged.
They found out that parachute is sabotaged.
We've opened Crane Lake.
And they find out on the sabotage parachute some cocaine. And then they looked on the people on the exercise who might have, and then they found out one of them used to be a drug dealer when he was young. But the judge gave him a choice. Prison or join the army. And he joined the army.
Her pinky was up.
And but they don't have any proof because he set up the other guy, which was reprimanded by the guy who died. So he had his
No, let me ask you a question.
finger prints, and people saw that they had a fight because the guy who was reprimanded actually broke the collarbone few days before in the scuffle with the guy who died.
Let me ask
So
you a
this
question.
cocaine-
Let me ask you a question. Hold on, because we on bottle number 2. Because
because if I continue, I'm gonna forget.
Hold on, no, you're not. Well, this is why it's NCS and wine. Wherever this goes, it's a challenge.
We're gonna end it up with
This is
equalizer.
evolving. This is evolving so much. I realize that we're doing 2 bottles for episode 2. It would be crazy if we did 3 bottles for episode 3. It would be crazy. We won't do that. Then next thing you know, we're doing 10 bottles
For episode 10? No,
episode 10,
sorry.
then we would die. You know what? We might change up to when we are at the fact that we're at 10 to shots. But anyway, weird things are happening when you hear silence. Listen, now. Anyway, I see. You're not with me. This is NCS
I'm already
and wine.
losing my teeth.
We have to fix where I am. You have to be. That's right, chin chin. Now I wanted to ask a question about the guy that was reprimanded. Was he black?
No.
Was he Hispanic?
No.
Was he a white guy from the South?
I don't think so, but he was white.
He didn't have a Southern accent.
No.
Wow. Do you know that a large percentage of the United States Army and Marines are made up of a lot of Southern boys, Southern white boys, who are from, low income, lives that's trying to make it. in
Good
this
for
world.
them. Because if they serve 8 years, they have 2,500 pension for the rest of their life every month.
And that's why we love the United States military. Because you know why? It's not every time you walk down the street, there's going to be a suicide bomber somewhere, and we thank you for that. We thank you for that. And in that, you know what? Those idiots raided the Capitol, but you know what? They raided the Capitol without guns.
Excuse me, one cop died.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That is sad. That is sad. That is sad. And they're idiots. That's why I said they're idiots. They're idiots.
Protected our freedom.
And yeah. You want to know what? I'm sorry to say that low income Americans, white Americans, should be embarrassed. Because you know what? The 1% is sitting down laughing. The ones that control us sheep is sitting down laughing. That's what they do.
You are all for NCIS.
NCIS and wine, guys.
I don't have enough wine for this conversation.
I'm telling you the truth. You're right. We need hard drugs.
Shots with beer
Shots.
chaser.
You need shots for that. That conversation is gonna be like, everybody is just dumb.
Stop. Let's come back to
That's
NCIS.
true. NCIS time. Right. Where we at? The guy that was reprimanded. We're there. Yes.
He
Yes.
looks guilty, but he's not.
Because he fought with the dude and he broke his collarbone. Oh,
Right,
hard
and he
fight.
was
That must have been a wicked fight. For him to break his collarbone?
collarbone breaks like this.
What? I've been in a lot of fights. And my collarbone is intact.
Well, I guess your whoever he was fighting was a pussy.
Well, maybe I'm a good fighter.
They both Marines, so it was both hard.
Yeah, but I could understand that. The dude just did a style that broke his collarbone. Collarbone ain't just snapping like that.
Well, anytime car accident, collarbone snap.
It ain't chicken bone.
Anyway,
Okay. Anyway. Hey,
anyway.
you like crane lake?
I like the first one better.
Listen. If you drink crane lake, like
I'm gonna swim.
like 3 or 4 sips, you forget how bad the taste is.
No, I'm not there yet.
That's not good because I'm already there.
You started before me, I think.
No.
You had another podcast with wine and something else. When I come in, for you as a continuation.
I had vodka and NCIS LA.
See? I wasn't there.
I'm starting vodka and NCIS LA. We start with a bottle of Smirnoff and then we just die. Because that's how NCIS LA makes you wanna feel. For me, death.
I thought you liked Cool J.
I like LL Cool J when he's rapping and not on NCISLA or any other thing that he does. I like every other thing that he does. I grew up with LL Cool J. I
You
grew
don't
up-
have to remind us how old you are.
I am very old, and I represent the 40-something-year-olds that love. Hello, my name is Mr. Cool J. I have an official pain. Lay you all on my tell you my real name. But for now, sip your drink and be merry. And do an ask girl to send me a cherry. Why does he want a cherry? I don't know why he said send me a cherry. Or maybe that. You know how I knew the words for that song? It was the 90s, and I still had a tape recorder. And I had to, like, play it, and then stop, pause, and then write the words. Oh, I'm not
You are
catching up.
behind.
Oh, crap. And we off script. See, that's what happens with NCS Unwind. Episode 2, when you do 2 bottles. We was trying this challenge. This challenge is not working.
Definitely not for you because you are way off.
I'm the one that is way off. Okay. Continue.
Yes, I'm on point.
Yes. I am sorry, our audience of 0, because this is not, posted yet. But it shall be. And it's gonna take off. It's gonna take off like weird. It's gonna take off like the Junka's cell phone, which has the weirdest ringtones. You know what? The next time we do episode 3, we're gonna let her play some of her ringtones, guys. Trust me, they are beyond fantastic.
As everything I do.
Oh, here we go. So where are we?
We are
Yes.
on the point that they know who, well, 90% they suspect the guy who actually did it, but they cannot prove.
The reprimand guy.
No.
Oh.
Gibbs, I told you, they found the bad, the parachute which was tampered with the second one in the other guy backpack. But he's saying, I don't know who put it there. I never seen this. And the guy who was reprimanded was the first on the scene. So they're thinking that he changed it before. But then when the Abby found cocaine, they knew that the guy who judge gave a shot of either prison or army probably continued doing drugs even in the army.
Right.
So they suspected him, but he made that guy who was reprimanded look so guilty, and the all evidence shown to him that Gibbs tried to figure out how he could make this guy who really killed him to what do you call
Hold on.
to give the
Could you tell me again about that the guy that they think that might have sabotaged his parachute was also still maybe on drugs?
yes, not using the drug, but dealing the drugs, because his hand had probably cocaine, and that's how it's transferred to the parachute.
We just want to say that. I don't know. I see here the Army performed 100% drug testing once soldiers report to their advanced individual training site. Then drug testing is completed on a random basis thereafter. The Army does not and will not test recruits at basic training. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
During basic training, you could be high on whatever you want.
Okay. So what Gibbs is thinking, Tony was always wanted to try to jump with a parachute.
We're talking
Tony Dinoza,
the one that left
agent,
to be
Bull.
the one that went to Bull. Tony DiNozzo. That was like the the hunk of the.
Well, at 2003 he was, but then he get fat and old. That's the truth. And I speak the truth.
You better believe it.
Anyhow,
Right.
Gibbs take it Dinoza, and they full of gear.
Yeah, they got all the parachute gear stuff on.
Right. And he's taking that parachute number 13,
Right.
which was the second parachute to the guy,
Okay.
which is broken. The thing is melt off. With him, Dinoza. So when they sit in...
Hold on, just to what? Test it?
No. When they sitting on the plane, he accidentally seen that, oh my god, this is 13, I can't jump with that. And the other two guys, one, the guy who's the... One is that the bad guy put all that he did it, sitting there, and then the real bad guy sitting there. So Dinoza says, I can't jump with 13, it's a bad luck. So the guy who's everybody supposed to suspect because he put his fingerprints and all of that says, well, I could take it. So he doesn't know that it's bad. And Dinoza says, what is your parachute number? And he says, it's 4. And he's like, oh no, 4 is bad in China. So...
Is this a suspect?
No, this is... They already know he didn't do it, but the real suspect won't everybody believe that that guy did it.
So they already know who the real suspect was?
Yeah, but they needed the confession because they don't have proof.
So they set this up while they were going to jump out the plane?
On the plane.
Huh.
So...
Why not bring him to an interrogation room?
Because they don't have any real evidence.
So they were going to...
They entrap
entrap him.
Yeah.
So entrapment.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he could get off of this.
Well. So
Wow.
he said number 4 is bad in China, and that guy says, well, we're not in China. He said, it doesn't matter. What is your number for the suspect? And the suspect says, my number is that. He's like, oh, I'm taking that one, and you could have this. Giving him 13. And he's taking it. And then Gibbs says, well, this is a reserve parachute from the guy who died. And if nothing is bad with it, you have no problem to fly without the real parachute. And he cuts his real parachute off. And then the guy who's says,
This sounds so wrong.
this guy says,
this
Captain,
sounds so
are you gonna
wrong.
stop it? I'm not doing this. Blah, blah, blah. Are you gonna stop it? And then the guy who he was trying to put suspicion on said, what do you mean you're not gonna do it? What's wrong with the parachute? Do you know how to do this parachute? And he's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not jumping it. And then Gibbs says, well, because you melt the thing up. And that's why the guy dead. And then they start fighting.
Hold on. Woo! Wow.
And no.
Wow.
Gibbs says to
Wow.
him, well, the Corps gave you an next chance, but
Hold on.
the guy who died did not give you a
Hold
chance.
on.
He find out that you're doing drugs.
Hold on. Hold on.
And that's why you kill him and left his
Hold on.
wife and a kid.
Hold on. We have to stay true to the show. We only finish the show when the bottles are done. Right?
We're not finishing yet.
Yeah, I know, but we have to. That's the rule.
Right, but we almost finished with the bottle, so
Excuse
let me
me.
finish.
My pinky was up. Right. And Crane Lake is almost done. So I'm about to pour you some more and pour me the rest.
And I have to finish.
And then we're gonna add to the ending of this beautiful what was this episode called?
Hanging out to dry.
Hung out to dry. Episode 2, season 1 of NCIS, the original.
So they start fighting with the guy. You kill him. How could you do this? Blah, blah, blah. And he says, well, he found out I'm doing drugs and he want to throw me out of the Marines.
So the Percocet lover found out the cokehead.
So, while they're fighting, they kicked off Dinoza from the plane.
Hold on. Did Donoza have a parachute on?
Yes.
Thank God. We don't want to lose that hunk.
So, but he didn't know how to do it really, so he injured his foot. Not broke it or anything, but injured it. Well,
Like sprain. Like a sprain. Oh no, Donozo.
he was screaming while he was flying.
While he was falling.
Falling, yeah.
Out
But
of
he
the plane.
opened the parachute.
It was like
They apprehend
Like a
the
little bitch.
killer. And Gibson Dinoza is walking. Dinoza is sleeping. And Gibb said, well, you always wanted to jump. He said, yeah, I think I'm done. One time is good enough. And
that's how they laugh, right? That's how they laugh, guys.
and
They
then and then it's a house of the Marine who died. Oh my God!
What happened?
I missed most important part.
What important part happened?
It all began when Dinoza was in Gibbs' house because he was trying to call Gibbs, tell him that they have a case, but his phone was in a cup with water because his ex-wife, Gibbs' ex-wife, gets drunk on their anniversary and keep calling him. So he put it his his phone in the water instead of just like block it or
So his
something.
ex-wife was calling him, and this intelligent man who runs a squad in the NCIS put his phone that he might get an emergency call of someone dying in the water.
So Doc,
Right.
the doctor, had sent him a new phone.
Oh, because, he does this all the time. And this is the guy that's in charge of how many people? Like 4 or 5
4
people,
people.
right? This makes sense.
Okay, so at the end of the movie, we see in the house of the dead Marine,
Right.
Gibbs on the tree house, finishing building it.
He went back and he made the treehouse for the kid?
Yes. The boy coming out and says, can I come up? And Gibbs asking, do you have a passport? And the boy says, simplifier. Which everybody knows as Marine saying, good luck. And
Beautiful, yeah.
and Gibbs says, yes, you can, and you have a great passport. And the boy comes out, and they finish up together to build the tree house. That's how finish of the
says-
second episode.
And then Gibbs says, hey,
And we
This
finish
has
with wine.
been NCIS. This has been NCIS and Wine.
Episode 2.
Episode 2, Season 1.
Hang out to dry.
Hang out to dry. Look out. Look out. Because Episode 3 is coming in. Who knows?
How many bottles will be?
How many bottles? Yeah, it most likely is it might be 3. It might be 2. Might be just
It's
one
gonna
big
be one big one
One big
and
one.
couple shots.
And couple shots. Because, it's NCIS. Alright. Bye.